to have you in. Now, listen, you obviously played with Belichick in his final season in New England. I mean, goodness gracious, that was an absolutely bonkers season. Probably didn't go the way you envisioned. Tell us what that was like.
Well, also, I just want to say I'm grateful to be on here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially after the 60-yard touchdown against your beloved Jets.
Oh,
I'm,
jeez.
I'm,
Oh, they're leading with Jet
I'm,
stuff.
su-
Oh,
I,
my God.
I'm surprised you didn't cancel my spot, so I'm grateful. But I
Damn.
mean, I learned a lot from Coach Bill Belichick. I mean, he's one of the greatest coaches of all time, and the preparation that he brings and that you see. I mean, I remember my first time there, and I'm in the room, and he takes you back all the way to how the team was bought, the owners, the first coaches, and you start to see and realize that I look at it like businesses and companies, right? These guys aren't reinventing the wheel. So stuff that people, the teams and coaching staff did back in the day is some of the same things they kind of doing now. And I mean, Coach Belichick's like a wizard, man. Like he'll tell you some stuff that happens on that's going to happen on Sunday, on Tuesday, and I'm just like, okay. And then it happens, and you're like, oh my gosh. So
Did you get a sense that maybe it was going to be his final season? Like there was a lot happening there, obviously.
no, I didn't, honestly. I just got there, so I wasn't there with training camp. I was in Indianapolis. So I got there week 1, and I was tasked to be ready for week 1. So you can imagine I'm just like in the playbook, and I'm just focusing on what I can control. So everything was going like a normal season for us, and he didn't lose focus or anything if he may have known or anything like that.
What was it like playing with Mac Jones? I mean, listen, that guy, he was supposed to be the man, and now he's, I think, the backup in Jacksonville.
I mean, it's a tough business.
Yeah.
It's a tough business. NFL's a tough business. Look, I almost had my leg amputated, and I've been cut 4 or 5 times, and I'm still here. I mean, I'm on the hurt right now. Like, these are wins. But, I mean, Mac's a starting quarterback. He went through some coaches changes, roster, some injuries around, but I mean, he's getting his second stint. I mean, look at Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith, Jared Goff. All these guys got their second stint and are doing great, playing very well. So I think Mac's going to get up, dust himself off, and be a starter again. So your career's not over just because, you changed one spot. I think, being there is going to be great. New environment, a good reset for him.
Do you want to talk about the leg amputation near situation? I mean, I know it's not a great topic, but would you want to talk about that or no?
I mean, I feel like everybody knows it's just some adversity that I went through. I mean, it was back in 2014. My leg almost had to get amputated from a freak injury, and I was the first one kind of to have this injury. And I've never rewatched the video, so for me, I can't speak on what happened. I just know the aftermath. It took about 19 months. I went undrafted due to this, and now I'm on an 8-year career. So it's just something that was a part of my journey and a testament to the resiliency and the great doctors at Oregon, the great doctors in Utah that helped me, recover from this because there was no playbook. There was no I rewrote it. So every day I woke up, it wasn't like, oh, ACL, you be back 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
Like mine was like every day we didn't know what I would be able to do. So it was just day by day.
Yeah. What was that rehab process like? That sounds just grueling.
You got to figure out how to do everything again.
Oh
it's like
gosh.
you go from, a big macho tight end to a little baby, like trying to figure out how to walk up the stairs again, trying to figure out how to step in the shower again. Like you go back to all those little things that, we may take granted of, but I mean, I wouldn't change nothing. It was it helped propel me to being able to make it through this tough business of the NFL and generate a career.
That's awesome. So you're going to Seattle. Geno Smith, your thoughts on, they got a new head coach. Seems like a lot of newness in Seattle. Your thoughts?
As far as Geno Smith and up there, I mean, it's great. Mike McDaniel, he's a great addition. I mean, that Ravens defense, I expect us to play a lot of great defense this year. Geno Smith is amazing, just a pro's pro. The way he approaches the game. I mean, he ran like 22 miles an hour at like over 30 or something. That kind of went viral this summer. And he just sees the game. He's approachable, and he's a leader.
Now, you get a defensive coach at McDonald. I think he said that Metcalf is going to be like the fulcrum of the offense. But it's like they got a lot of dudes to sling the ball around, and you're obviously another weapon. Do you see that offense kind of taking a leap? Because they were a little sluggish at times last year.
Have you seen DK Metcalf in person?
He's been in the studio. He is a horse. I mean, that guy is massive.
He's a focal point of any offense.
Yeah.
This guy is massive. As far as me, I'm just like an Army Swiss knife. I can do it all. I can leader in the locker room, leader in the position group. I can block. I can catch. I can make plays after with the ball in my hands. So for me, it's just I want to help excel the winning culture, right? I want to help build a sustainable winning culture there because I haven't been in the place to win. So that's my goal, is to win and help the team by any means to win.
I hate to add. Do you guys think Seattle's a playoff team this year? They were 2 years ago. Obviously, you're optimistic. Yeah. NFC's loaded, though.
The NFC is loaded, but, I mean, every year when you look at it, it's like one team that, nobody's talking about that makes that playoff run, right? Preseason, nobody talks about them. It was the Bengals a couple years ago. I think that we can be that team, and it's like we're just under the radar right now, but we got some great guys up there. The coaching staff is great. The management front office is awesome. So I think we're going to surprise a lot of people.
Best quarterback you've ever caught a pass from?
Best quarterback I ever caught a pass from? That's a great question.
You played for several really good ones.
I'll probably say Geno. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, Geno Smith?
Geno Smith.
I'm mild surprised. Now, I'm the idiot.
We, as NFL, I mean, you got to even, I'm looking back at everything, even at college at West Virginia. I mean, he had they was like pioneers in the spread offense.
That's
I have
right.
to, I'm not just looking at NFL when you ask that question. I'm looking at they whole, college and NFL. And yeah, I mean, I remember watching him with Tavon Austin,
That's right.
all them guys.
I mean,
they were amazing. They was kind of like the Oregon before the Oregon. So
yeah,
and he ran all that. So I'll say Geno.
So I'm the moron who 2 years ago, we were talking about Seattle. I was like, there's no way they could top their win total. I'll shave the Seahawks logo in the side of my head if they finish over 500. And I think their win total was like 6.5. And of course they went 9-8, made the playoffs. So I had to shave it in my head. So give me a prediction for the Seahawks this year. I'm sure you've looked at the schedule. You've seen you guys are pretty stacked. You got a good offense, but the division, Niners. I don't know if Arizona's coming up. What reasonable expectation for your guys this year?
I think a reasonable expectation. I don't think I look at the season in that aspect as far as like, how many wins. I think that the way we are building it and the culture that we're building it is more about sustainability, right? Some people get lucky. Like, look at, for example, the Giants. They got lucky that first year, right? And now they kind of like in the thing to where they trying to rebuild, right? So I think it's about building the culture, right? And the wins will come. When you put the work in, when you got that strong foundation, the wins will come. And that's even a testament to, what New England and all those people did. Like, the foundation was so strong and the wins will come. So winning and all that is consequences of, daily habits and the work ethic that you put in. So we've been putting in a lot of work. And, when you working hard and you laser focused like we've been, the wins will come. So
yeah, it's funny. The media looks at it like, can they finish 10-6? But you guys are just looking week to week. You can't think like big picture. You're just looking, hey, this week we open with this team, and we got a game plan to beat them.
Definitely. I mean, it's week to week in this business. People get injured. We talk about, everything and that's the excitement of the game. You never know what's happening that week. A starter might be down the left tackle. These are all big hits, but you got other people coming in and filling in. So you can't really look out all the way out. Like, you know what I mean? And like some business, like you can forecast like, this year in revenues, we forecasting this. But in this business, everything is a week-to-week basis. Yeah. Everything is changing.
Anybody making predictions is like a weatherman about the weather. Is it going to rain? Is it going to be hot? Weathermen are always off. Anyways, Pharaoh Brown, Seattle Seahawks, great stuff. Thanks for coming to the show, man.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it, Jason.
Congrats on recovering and successful NFL career, man. That's
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, coming up next, his owner said otherwise, but does KD want out of Phoenix? Follow the breadcrumbs. You've staked your claim in the never-ending battle for hot